Yo, what's going on guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys the best lineup to use for limited week 4 in NBA 2K22 Myteam. If you guys do not know, you can come to your challenges screen, right? Come to your challenges, go to your skills challenges, and then on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, they do drop something called the Season 5 Limited Warm-Up Week number 4, and you guys can actually see what the requirements are for tomorrow's limited week, which is going to be week 4. So it says you may use up to 5 emeralds. Remaining players must be golds. So that means we get to use 5 emeralds, and the rest of the 8 cards have to be golds. I'm assuming they're doing this because today is St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day, they have a Celtics player as the reward, and they want to include emerald cards as the top tier cards you guys can use for limited. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys the best team you can make using these requirements. The first player I want to talk about on this list is going to be this Emerald Michael Porter Jr. because the fact that he is a small forward shooting guard and he's 6'10". So that means you can have a 6'10" shooting guard with a decent 3-ball, good mid-range, good driving dunk, right? Okay defense, but the thing is because he's 6'10". So I would really recommend using this Michael Porter Jr. card. You're gonna get a 6'10" shooting guard. I think that's really worth it. For point guard, I'm not really sure, because if you guys come to your reward cards and you look for your season rewards, if you guys got any of these gold cards like James Bouknight, or if you got in season 4, you got this Jamal Crawford, I didn't end up getting any of these cards. For the gold cards, if you guys remember getting those, Corey Kispert, I think Joakim Noah was an option. If you guys remember those cards, like I'm pretty sure Joakim Noah, and I think season 1, I'm pretty much Dennis Smith Jr., I think he was in here, Corey Kispert. If you guys have any of those gold cards, I think Denny Smith, I think Larry Nance might have been one as well. Maybe he was an emerald, so maybe you could use him as well. If you guys have any of these gold cards, pretty sure Dennis Smith Jr. was a gold, pretty sure Darvin Ham was a gold, pretty sure Joe Ingles was a gold, and I'm pretty sure Corey Kispert was a gold. So if you guys have those gold cards, those are the gold cards I would recommend using. I personally don't have them, so what I'm going to do for my limited team is I'm just going to have a full emerald starting lineup, and then just don't really worry about my golds, right? Obviously, I'm going to have to buy those emerald cards. LaMelo Ball might not be a bad option because he's 6'6". He can only play the shooting guard position though, so I think what I'm going to do, like even Klay Thompson may not be a bad idea. Just get a guy who can at least shoot the ball. So what I'm personally going to do is, like I said, I don't have the cards right now, but probably just go through dynamic rating and look for some of these good, emerald cards and stuff like that. So we can actually go to the auction house here, and we're going to do the theme of dynamic rating, because I'm just assuming that's where we're going to see the best emeralds from. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Is there any hidden emeralds that I'm missing? I don't know if I am, because I don't know really where you can earn emerald cards. Like I said, I think Kevin Porter Jr. or Michael Porter Jr., I think he's a really good option for the shooting guard position. I'll talk about some other cards in here that I think are pretty good. I mean, Jordan Poole, he might actually be solid because he's a 6'4" point guard, has a good 3-ball, decent driving dunk, decent defense. So Jordan Poole is another guy I'd recommend. Obviously, this team's not going to be very good because it's emerald cards and gold cards, but like I was saying, make sure if you have those gold cards from doing the earlier limited week challenges, like the Corey Kispert, like the Joakim Noah, like those type of cards, if you guys have been doing those earlier in the year, that's what I'd recommend for the gold cards. And if there's any emeralds in that as well, I'd recommend using the emeralds. For me personally, if you guys, let's say you're in the same boat as me and you didn't do those challenges, what I would do is just scroll through these emeralds here of the dynamic rating cards and just look for some good cards, like maybe even a Josh Giddey, because he's a tall point guard. You want just tall players at each position. So I get a 6'8" point guard. I'm gonna have a 6'10" shooting guard. Just want to make my team as tall as possible. Want to get some decent defenders, so maybe we go like OG at the 3, has a good 3-ball, good driving dunk, and obviously decent defense. So for me personally, probably would go like Josh Giddey at the 1, probably go Michael Porter Jr. at the 2, go OG at the 3. That'd probably be my starting lineup right now. Like I said, unfortunately, don't actually have these cards, so I will pick them up. But yeah, what I'd recommend doing is just kind of going through these emeralds here. Maybe even Alonzo Ball will be pretty good instead of Giddey, because he is 6'6". He's gonna have a 3-ball, gonna have driving dunk, gonna have ball handle, gonna have some good defense. So I might actually say Alonzo Ball better than Josh Giddey. Obviously, I'll have to test them out, but I may actually recommend using Alonzo Ball. So what I would do is just make your entire starting lineup, the 5 cards be emerald cards, and then I would worry about having the gold cards off the bench. For me personally, I'm just going to use whatever gold cards I can. I'm not going to really care if they're good or not, because when I play limited, I just use my starting lineup anyway. So I'm just going to use my full Emerald starting lineup. I'm not really worried about my golds off the bench. But if you guys need a little bit more bench help, then like I said, I'd use guys like Corey Kisper, Joakim Noah, those cards from earlier in the year. I think this Myles Turner card not bad as well. He's a 6'11" center. I know he's a good shot blocker. He has an 83 ball. We look at his defense, has 95 block, 87 interior. So I would actually recommend using Myles Turner as your center. And then for power forward, we can look here, look for some good power forwards. I was going to say Kyle Kuzma's not a bad option, but there's got to be a better option. I think it's Dory Finney-Smith card. I think he's actually pretty solid. He's just a good overall card. 87 3 ball, 84 driving dunk, plays decent defense. Only 67 speed though. He's someone you could look at just to play some good defense. John Collins might not be bad just to catch lobs. Carmelo Anthony actually probably pretty solid just because he can shoot a 3 ball, shoot a mid-range. Obviously defense is going to be terrible. He's not going to be on your lineup to play defense. We just all know Carmelo Anthony's release because we've used a bunch of his cards, his pink diamond, his galaxy opal. So he's going to have pretty much the same jump shot as his pink diamond. So, or even as his galaxy opal. So he might not be a bad option. I think Kuminga, he's probably not a terrible option either. He's just a good, well-rounded card. Has 95 driving dunk, decent defense overall. So, like I was saying, just come to this Emerald dynamic ratings filter and just kind of look for cards you like, the cards you think are better. Me personally, if I had to give you guys my starting lineup, what I would run is probably going to be Lonzo at the 1, going to go Michael Porter Jr. at the 2. Then at the 3, go OG Anunoby. I think is a good 3-and-D Emerald. Power forward, probably going to go with, I'm not really sure about power forward yet. I would probably go with Carmelo Anthony just because I know I can green shots with them wide open. That's another big thing is like I know Lonzo Ball's release. I know Michael Porter Jr.'s release. I know OG's release. I know Carmelo Anthony's release. Myles Turner, not the best with his release, but I kind of know what it is. So that would be my starting lineup. If you guys want to copy me, you definitely can. And then like I said off the bench, I'm just going to use whatever gold cards. I would literally just do this. I'm not going to use my bench. Maybe I'll throw Diallo in here in case I need a sub. Like I said, if I had the Corey Kispert, I had the Joakim Noah, I definitely would use those cards, but I just don't have them. So this would be my bench, just a random gold lineup. I don't really care. And then like I said, my starting lineup for one last time would be Lonzo Ball, Michael Porter Jr., OG Anunoby, Carmelo Anthony, and Myles Turner. Let me know in the comment section down below what team you guys are going to use for this limited week number 4. Kind of a weird week because you can only use Emerald cards and below, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. Wasn't too prepared for, having to find budget Emeralds and find budget Golds, but give you guys a few options. That's what I'd use for my starting lineup. Let me know in the comment section down below. You guys know any hidden gems for the Emerald and for the Gold tier. Just comment it down below. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.